So before we get started, let's write in the group, let's write in the chat, let me know what division you are representing. We are celebrating some beautiful people today. So if you know anyone that we are celebrating today, put that in the group chat. Let's be interactive. So, today we are honoring those who marked significant service anniversaries in the year 2020. So with that being said, I am pleased to introduce our wonderful president, President Leocadia Isaac.
Thank you very much, Sinead. And I want to thank everyone for that beautiful introduction. I thought that was just lovely. And I'm so happy to be here at the Employee Service Award celebration. I know this is a little different than we would normally do it. We would normally be at our holiday lunch. Although I have to confess, it feels a little bit like December outside right now, but it's warm being together with all of you. And I actually like the fact that we're having our celebration during Founders Day week because Agnes Scott is what it is because of the phenomenal faculty and staff that are here at Agnes Scott. We would not accomplish what we do, we wouldn't be who we are without the people who have given so much of their time and their talent to Agnes Scott. So I think Founders Day week is the perfect week to be having this celebration. And I want to celebrate not only those who have the milestones this year, but we also have some people with us who've retired, and we wouldn't be who we are without them. So if we could just give them a virtual round of applause for those who are joining us who've retired from Agnes Scott. And I am delighted that we are here to recognize those who have hit milestones this year. But I want you to know that we appreciate everyone, whether you've just started to whether you've been here for 40 or 50 years. We are so excited for everything and appreciative of everything that you do. But today, we recognize those who have served for 5, 10, 15, and 20 years. And we honor those that have served for 25, 30, and 35 years. And I want to thank all of the families and friends who are here to support those that we're celebrating today. Because it's not just about the individual. I know that there's a lot of support behind each of these individuals. So I want to thank everyone who's made it possible for them to be with us. And again, as I turn it over to Sinead to introduce the individuals that we are celebrating today, I want to thank all of you for what you do for Agnes Scott and what you do for our students. We know that they are amazing. We know that they are going to do wonderful things in the world, but they couldn't do it without what you do to support them and to support the college. Every one of you is important. Every one of you makes us a better place. So I want to thank you all for being here. And I want to now celebrate those who've made their milestones. And I'm going to turn it over to Sinead. Sinead, thanks so much for being our MC today. And again, add your comments in the chat, and I look forward to celebrating with all of you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, President Zach. We can do some clapping, or you can press the little emoji on Zoom. I always love those. Okay, so today's celebration will recognize the following faculty and staff. So with 35 years of service, Rosemary Cunningham, who's a professor of economics, Howard, and Julia T. Smith, chair of free enterprise. With 30 years of service, we have Valerie Washington, who's a food service worker in the food service department. We have Barbara Blatchley, who's a professor and chair of the psychology department. With 25 years of service, we have Ricky Duran, who is a carpenter in the Office of Facilities. We have Wakas Kwaja, who is an Ellen Douglas Leyburn Professor of English. We have Viona Robinson London, who's a recently retired food service worker in the food service department. The college provides employees with 15 or more years of service with a lapel pin and gift. Anyone with 25 or more years of service has the choice of a tree planted on campus in their honor, a beautiful crystal pedestal bowl, or a wooden clock with an artist rendering of McCain Library. So let's get today's celebration started. We will begin by recognizing our 25-year employees. So I would like to introduce our Vice President for Business and Finance, the money guy, Ken England, who will be sharing a bit about the employees in his division who are celebrating 25 years.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sinead, and thank you everyone for being here. First and foremost, again, whether you have 5 years or 35 years, everyone's commitment to the college is absolutely amazing, and we're so thankful for you. We're going to start with Viona, affectionately known as Miss Vi, to those who love her. Every morning, she greets the staff with, "You're beautiful and smart." She serves with such purity in her heart. To hear her story of how she overcame so many obstacles in the years she served here at Agnes is both motivating and encouraging. Thank you, Miss Vi, for your dedication and your positive affirmations. Enjoy your well-deserved retirement, and we greatly miss you. All right, so next up, we have the wonderful, wonderful Ricky Duran. We are pleased to celebrate Ricky Duran's 25th work anniversary at Agnes Scott. He first started working at Agnes Scott in 1979. And although he pursued other endeavors for a short while, he returned home in 1996 and has been here ever since. Ricky is known as an incredible hard worker and avid hunter, and a devoted husband and father, which I'm sure he takes the greatest pride in. He is also legendary for his fearless both on campus, whether it's dangling from a dangerous rooftop, and off, hunting wild boar with only a knife. Of course, that's something Ricky would do. When there's a tough job that needs to be done, Ricky is the one call you have to make. He has seen this college through thick and thin, and we are eternally grateful for his service.
Thank you, Ken, and congrats to Miss Vi and Ricky. Our next honoree works in the Division of Academic Affairs and will be celebrated by Vice President Christine Cousin.
Thank you, Sinead. Excuse me. It's my honor and pleasure to speak about the Ellen Douglas Leyburn Professor of English, Okasquaja, and his 25 years of service at Agnes Scott. With his brilliant perspectives on British and post-colonial literature, and really on all literature, it would not be too much to say that upon his arrival, Wakas revolutionized the English department, which some people would have thought impossible. And in fact, students who take his courses always tell us that he makes them think outside the box and understand literature in a totally new way. Wakas is truly a Renaissance man. He had an extensive law career in Pakistan before deciding to settle down and make some real money as an English professor. A tennis player, he has also been known to stay up for days watching cricket. He's a wonderful poet with many books, magazine, and journal publications to his credit, including the recent collection entitled Hold Your Breath. He's also the local founder and MC of our annual 100,000 Poets for Change every September. He speaks more languages than we teach at Agnes Scott. When he served as chair of the English department, he developed important international connections for the department and helped us understand what global could really mean for our discipline. Those of us who traveled with Wakas in Germany on a faculty trip some years ago remember him fondly for his sweet tooth, which sometimes led him to sample the cakes at 2 or 3 different coffee houses per day, for research purposes only, of course. Interested in everything and a wonderful conversationalist, Wakas is a loyal, engaging, and warm friend and colleague. Let's applaud Wakas Khwaja and his 25 years of service.
Hi, this is Wakas Khwaja, as some of you may or may not know. Yes, I've been here 25 years, and there may still be people who don't recognize me or know me. That's quite normal and natural, I suppose. But it's been quite an honor, quite a privilege, and quite a delight working at Agnes Scott over this period. When I joined, I did not think I'd be here this long, but I'm here. And I remember the first time I walked onto the campus and saw the beautiful magnolia trees. It was summer, and the shade on the lawn, the lovely Gothic building. Kind of sort of fell in love, but I got to know of that much later during my stay at Agnes Scott. There was something about the campus that just captured your heart, but sometimes you don't immediately recognize it, and it happens over a period of time that you come to see what it meant to you. What I found straight away was it was an inclusive, nurturing campus, encouraged what people would want to do. And over my 25 years, I have found this to be continually endorsed by the administrators, by my department, by the faculty, marvelous students that I've had over the 25 years. I can't just list all of them or name all of them, but I'll tell you, they are the bright spots that sparkle in my memory, just like the night sky, if you will. It's the whole Milky Way. You start naming people and you will never end. But I must mention Rosemary Sumwalt, with whom I actually went on these global awareness tours to India twice, and Elizabeth Kish, who was again a wonderful leader, a remarkable visionary, and who was also very encouraging in promoting multicultural inclusiveness and so on. One can perhaps see and stop wondering why I'm here, why I was here or have been here for 25 years. The period that I've spent here has been both inspiring, enriching, educative, and I hope I've given something back in return as well.
Thank you, Christine, and congrats to Professor Khwaja. That was beautiful. Now we'll move on to celebrating those with 30 years of service. Our next honoree works in the Division of Business and Finance, so I'd like to ask Ken England to celebrate them.
Thank you so much. And again, beautiful words earlier. We get to celebrate today Miss Valerie Washington. What a absolute joy it has been to have Val on our team. Throughout the years, we've watched her endure so much and yet still show up to serve the students with a smile on her face, the students that she loves and cares for. Even in this last year, Val lost her husband during the pandemic. We weren't sure if she would return to work or not, but when we reached out to Miss Val, she was excited and enthusiastic to return. A million thank yous would never be enough to thank her for all her years of dedicated service, care for our students, and all of her wonderful contributions to the Agnes Scott community. So thank you, Ms. Val.
Thank you so much, Ken, and thank you, Miss Val, for taking care of all of us, including our students. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. So our next honoree is a faculty member, and I'd like to ask Christine Cousins to say a few words about them.
Christine, you're on mute.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here to congratulate Professor Barbara Blatchley from our psychology department on 30 years of service to the college. Barbara was a founding member of our neuroscience program, and her appointment was a groundbreaking one that linked psychology to biology and to neuroscience. Her colleagues value the way she grounds students in the biological basis of behavior. They note her insights and her generosity in guiding students through research projects, preparing them for Spark and other opportunities for presenting their work, and guiding them to graduate programs and jobs. The student projects coming from her courses are known to be among the most thought-provoking and productive. Alumni express their gratitude for these life-changing research experiences, and many of them see them as fundamental to their careers. Barbara has played an important role in the work of the faculty, serving on a variety of committees over the years and even wielding the gavel with wisdom and humor as president of the faculty. One of her many talents and fields of research and interest is statistics. She's known for patiently working with students at all levels until they really do understand. A master of this subject, she recently published a textbook on statistics with Oxford University Press to rave reviews. I especially appreciate Barb's love of writing and talking about writing. She's an excellent writer herself and has organized writing groups for faculty. Dedicated to her students long after they graduate, Barbara is a valued teacher, mentor, and member of the college community. Finally, Barbara and I are often mistaken for each other, but never, I'm relieved to report, by each other. Congratulations to Barbara.
Hello, my name is Barbara Blatchley, and I worked at Agnes Scott College for 30 years. I started out as an assistant professor. I'm now a professor of psychology and neuroscience. I was a postdoctoral research fellow at the University of Wisconsin in Madison, Wisconsin. And I had grown up in the upper Midwest, but I have to say I'd lived in the South prior to that, and prior to being in Madison. And I really appreciated the absence of snow up to my nose. So I really liked the climate, the weather. That's one reason why I was looking for a job in the South. That and my husband was here. My favorite thing about working at Agnes is the students. And I've stayed this long because of basically the students and because I really like Atlanta. And my husband was here, and there's a whole bunch of reasons why I stayed, mostly because of the students. I appreciate them.
Congrats, Barbara. And thank you, Christine. So our final honoree with 35 wonderful years of service will be also celebrated by Christine Cousins.
Thanks, Sinead. It's my honor and pleasure to speak to you about Professor Rosemary Cunningham, Hal and Julia T. Smith Professor of Free Enterprise in the Department of Economics and Business Management. Rosemary's been at Agnes Scott for 35 years. 35 years, that's a long time. Did you see the size of the bowl? That means she started in 1985. That was a really long time ago. Ronald Reagan was president, and Mikhail Gorbachev had just stepped in as leader of the Soviet Union that year. That's right, there was a Soviet Union. NBA basketball player Michael Jordan was named Rookie of the Year in 1985. Too bad that didn't work out for him. In 1985, the Oscar winner for Best Picture was, anybody want to guess? Amadeus, biopic about Mozart. Having been chair for 34 of those 35 years, Rosemary has been a friend and mentor to everyone in her department. I am told there's an affidavit hanging around the department stating that she never has to be chair again, which Rosemary has signed in blood. As the first woman in the economics department, Rosemary was destined to make her mark on the college, and she has done so magnificently in teaching, scholarship, and service. Her areas of expertise include gender differences in investment behavior, international finance, and monetary economics. But she has taught most courses the department offers, stepping in generously for colleagues on sabbatical or leave. One of her many research projects was to write the study guide for a textbook written by New York Times columnist and Nobel Prize winner Paul Krugman. A beloved teacher and mentor to her students, Rosemary keeps in touch with many of them, meeting up with them at conferences and attending their weddings and other important occasions. Known for keeping an eye on the college finances, since 1985, she has been carefully keeping a notebook of things said and figures mentioned in budget meetings, and she frequently quotes from it. Even nowadays, during discussions of the budget or of compensation, deans, chief financial officers, and presidents tremble with fear when Rosemary raises her hand to ask a question. Her colleagues call her friend, mentor, and guide. They speak of her warm welcome for them and her generosity in helping them become part of the college community. Congratulations to Rosemary for 35 years of service to the college.
Hi, my name is Rosemary Cunningham, and I've worked at Agnes Scott College for more than 35 years as a professor of economics. My favorite thing about working for Agnes has been it's been the world for me. We say that Agnes is the world for women. Before I came to Agnes Scott, I had rarely traveled. Maybe I'd been out of the country twice, and once was to cross the border to Mexico. And in my second year at Agnes Scott, I was offered, literally offered, to lead a trip to Taiwan and Hong Kong and southern China. This was 1987. It was such an exciting time to travel to China, but for me to travel at all. And since then, I've had countless trips out of the country. I've led 6 study away trips for Agnes Scott, and I look forward to doing so again. I guess I've stayed this long because of the students. The students have been great. I really enjoy working with them. One of the things about being a small college is that we're able to watch our students grow and develop. And that's especially true when you teach first years. And most years I've taught first year students. And to watch them grow and develop and then finally cross the stage at graduation is really just wonderful.
Thank you so much, Christine, and congrats, Rosemary. I've had the pleasure to work with Rosemary through Posse, and her passion for students and how she supports and loves our students is inspiring. So thank you so much, Rosemary, for all the work that you do. Our final group of honorees are those with 15 and 20 years of service. So those faculty and staff will also receive a lapel pin and a choice of a library book dedicated in their honor at McCain Library, a beautiful engraved pewter tray, or a glass picture frame with an artist rendering of Main Hall. So employees with 5 and 10 years of service receive a lapel pin. We would now share video with pictures of most of those marking 15 and 20 years of service, as well as a slide of the names of those celebrating 5 and 10 years with the college. Okay, so before we close out, I would like to send a huge shout out to the folks at the CDVL for those beautiful videos and really making this program happen today, as well as the Office of People and Culture. We appreciate all of you. And as you know, Karen Gilbert, she doesn't know this is happening and she's looking like, oh God, Sinead, what are you doing? Associate Vice President for People and Culture will be moving on from Agnes Scott at the end of this week. Over her time here of nearly 20 years, Karen has been known for her dedication, knowledge, and especially her kindness and care. From being the smiling face to greeting new employees during orientation, who were absolutely confused, that was me, to pushing employee wellness to the next level by setting a high bar at Willpower Fitness Workouts. She's been such an involved member of the Agnes Scott community. Ask anyone around campus, and it is clear that Karen has left a lasting impression and will certainly be missed. Karen, we are so grateful for all of your hard work, patience, and positivity over these years. Please join me in thanking Karen for all of her contributions to Agnes Scott and wishing her luck in her new adventure. She's saying thank you all. If you all don't, if you can't see, I'm not going to put her on the spot to say anything, but we appreciate and love you, Karen. Thank you so much for everything you have done for us. Okay, so congratulations to all who celebrated today, and thank you so much. I'd like to call on President Zach for closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Sinead, and what a beautiful program. This has been absolutely wonderful. I'm so delighted to be able to spend this time with all of you. I want to echo Sinead's thanks to the Office of People and Culture and to the Center for Digital and Visual Literacy for the beautiful program. If we could give them a round of applause again. I also want to thank Karen Gilbert for everything that she's done for the college. She's helped to bring so many of you and me on board. We're so grateful for everything that she's done. We wish her all the best. Hope you will come back and visit when we can visit again together. We look forward to seeing you at future events as well. And I want to thank our amazing MC, Sinead Ramirez. Can we give her a round of applause? Sinead, you did such a beautiful job. Thank you so much. And again, to all of our honorees, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are who we are at Agnes Scott because of people like you. Thank you for making this such a special place and for being the special people that you are. So thank you everyone for joining us in this celebration. I can't wait till we can do this in person. And I thank you all for being here today. And everyone, stay well and see you soon. Thank you. Goodbye all. Great to see you. Thank you. Congratulations, everybody.